Hi, welcome back to Jelly Side Up with a Side of Scotch. I'm Lisa Olek. Happy New Year's Eve. Today we're not drinking scotch. No, no, no. We're drinking champagne. It's New Year's Eve. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. I thank you so much for being back with me. Tonight is a very special night here in the land of O. Um, it is the 45th anniversary of the Wizard of Oz and I's first date. Um, Obviously, I was two at the time, but um, we were fixed up by friends of ours, and I had recently I had recently broken up with the man I was dating and had totally sworn off men. And they called and asked if I wanted to go out with them New Year's Eve, and I really didn't want to be a third wheel, so I declined. And they said, "Well, we'll find you someone." What about the Wizard of O? And I had met him back in August. Um, and now there's a story. There's a story that I will tell you one of these days. But uh, he was crazy and handsome and not quite my type, but hey, he was fun. So sure, I'll go. Sure. Um, so they picked me up and we were heading to a house party, friends of the Wizards, and so we're heading there, and it's, oh, I don't know, it's late. It's after 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve. There's nobody on the roads. We stop at a traffic light. It's red, and we stopped and we sat there and waiting for the light to change, and it kind of never changed. And finally, after a while, we're like, yeah, let's go. And the police officer that was sitting on the corner waiting for us decided to pull us over and say hello. um, and all I could think is the I could hear in my head the phone call to my parents. Hello, this is the police. We have your daughter. That's all I could think of. Anyway, we were let off with a warning, and we proceeded to the party, and um, it was full of people. I knew no one except the couple we came with, and the wizard, of course. He knew everybody, but I knew nobody. So I'm terribly, terribly shy in situations like that. And um, so I hid in the kitchen, found a little corner and hid out in the kitchen. And there was beside me there was an empty punch bowl, a little bit of punch in the bottom and some fruit. So I thought, I just grabbed a cup and just scooped up some of the fruit. And unbeknownst to me, it had been soaking in vodka punch all day. So after a couple pineapple rings and a few cherries, I was trashed. Totally, totally drunk. Midnight came, and the Wizard of O kissed me, and I felt it to the soles of my feet. Um, and all I could think of was, he needs to do that again. Um, but I couldn't figure out a way to make that happen. Between the fruit and the champagne, by the time we got ready to leave, um, I was uh, feeling no pain. But all I could think of was, I need to kiss this man again. Um, I literally ran to the car so I could get in first because he was driving. And so I could get in first and sit next to him so I could kiss him. And unfortunately, between the fruit and the champagne, I had kind of forgotten his name. So, and if you know the Wizard of O, you know how common his name is. But for the life of me, at that moment, I couldn't think of anything other than kissing him, and I couldn't bring his name to mind. So I just said, hey, you, come here. And I kissed him for all that I'm worth. And the rest, they say, is history. Um, Tonight will be 45 years that I have kissed him at midnight on New Year's Eve. Now, he traveled for business, and over the years, we have missed many holidays together. Christmases, birthdays, wedding anniversaries, this and that. But we have never missed New Year's Eve, ever. Uh, we came really close once. He was on a business trip, and his boss assured me, promised me that he would be home at midnight. And his flight was delayed, and he called me, and I'm on my way. I'm like, hurry, hurry, hurry. And we lived in a ranch at the time, and I was in the back bedroom and watching Times Square, watching the ball drop in Times Square. And it was like something out of a romance movie, because I started counting down 10, 9, 8, and he came through the front door. And by the time I reached 1, he was in my arms. And so he couldn't have planned it more perfect. It truly was like something out of a movie. And of course, it was last year. Last year, we were all down with COVID. And he had gotten COVID a few days before I got COVID. And it was New Year's Eve. And I'm like, I can't not kiss you. I can't not kiss you. But I didn't want to reinfect and, the whole bit. So I kissed him. I kissed him through saran wrap, because I had to kiss him. It was New Year's Eve. We couldn't have a New Year's Eve without me kissing him. So tonight we are well and very happy, and no saran wrap tonight. But I truly hope, regardless of how your 2023 has gone, I know for many it has been a really hard, challenging year. But here's hoping that 2024 brings us all blessings and health and happiness and your heart's desire. I hope you have someone to kiss at midnight. If you don't, hug yourself. Be your own New Year's Eve kiss, because you're worth it and you're special, and we want you around next year too. So, Happy New Year. Until next week, again, I toast to good health and happiness and joy and blessings. Happy New Year.